Hey, GratuiTous here from GratuiTous.com. Welcome to my M Audio Oxygen Pro help area. This is all for FL Studio users. So I have been teaching how to make beats with FL Studio for many years. I have many beat making courses on my website, GratuiTous.com. And the M Audio Oxygen Pro is a MIDI keyboard I highly recommend to my students. It is what I currently use. I have used it since 2001, and I'm actually making this video quite late. It's May 2024, and through that time, I've had a really good experience with this Oxygen Pro. Now, what I want to say is, if M Audio is watching this video, I would like to see a Generation 2 come out with endless encoders. So right now, these are absolute encoders, and they give an okay experience for this hands-on, but when you switch between banks, you have what's called soft takeover. So for example, if you are on bank 1 and your plugin parameter is set up, let's say, all the way to the left, then you go to bank 2, you have to reach a certain value for this knob to kick in. So again, M Audio, if you're watching this video, a Generation 2 of the Oxygen Pro, all you have to do is just give us endless encoders so that we can switch a bank and immediately increase or decrease the value of the plugin parameter, and we don't get stuck into this soft takeover. And besides that, I've had a really good experience with this. The price point is very fair. It's jam-packed with its sliders, its knobs, drum pads, have 4 different banks, so it gives tons of flexibility. Just endless encoders would make this a really awesome buy. But as is today, I still like it. I highly recommend it, like I said, for the price. Now, I have a quick presentation here for you. It's just a 1 slide, and I just want to cover what else I cover in this help area. But first, if you visit my website, I actually have a dedicated help area for this Oxygen Pro. And again, only for FL Studio users, all right? That's the only music program I use to make beats. So you just visit GratuiTous.com. That's my website. Just go to the help area and go to the Oxygen Pro, okay? The M Audio Oxygen Pro. And you can see here on the side, there is tons of help articles to get you up and running, all right? So again, welcome to my M Audio Oxygen Pro help guides. Again, this is specifically for FL Studio users, and you really have to understand that you need to be watching a review specifically for your music program for that MIDI keyboard. A MIDI keyboard may not work good in your music program, even though the review may say that the actual build and features are awesome. But when it comes to your music program, you have to make sure it's specifically for your DAW. And I use FL Studio, so all of this is for FL Studio users, okay? These help articles will also teach you how to set up and install this Oxygen Pro in FL Studio. And so I'll quickly share that the transport buttons out of the box do not work properly in FL Studio, but I created a free MIDI script. It's free, you don't need to pay anything, and my help articles share how to install this MIDI script, and it gets the transport buttons working for normal operation in FL Studio, so that's fixed, that's good to go. Also, you need to make sure to switch the tempo sync from internal to external. And once you do that, the Oxygen Pro is rock solid in FL Studio. I've had a really good experience. So again, there's the free MIDI script to change the loop button between song and pattern mode, for the transport buttons for default normal operation, and you need to switch tempo sync from internal to external. And the last thing you need to do is you just need to hit the preset button each time you turn on the Oxygen Pro. So for example, you turn on the Oxygen Pro, by default it loads in DAW mode. All you have to do is hit one button, preset mode, and you're done, you're set up. So be in preset mode, tempo sync to external, and then install my free MIDI script, and it gets the transport buttons working good, and you are good to go. You don't have to do anything else besides that, and that's a free way to get started. Now, I also have a paid template, and this is a way, if you don't want to do any figuring out, you can simply install that, as well as I have a really cool drum pad workflow, okay? So my template comes with 2 versions. Version 1 is if you don't want to do any figuring out, and it gives a normal Oxygen Pro experience. The other version gives a cool drum pad workflow, and I'll share that in just a moment. We will open up plugins, we can change presets, we can get hands-on mixing with certain plugins, and I'll break that down in just a second, okay? So to continue, this help area will teach you how to fix kind of small bugs. So for example, the pitch wheel can kind of be a little bit buggy in FL Studio. I share how to fix that. But for myself, I don't use the mod wheel or pitch wheel when I'm making beats, and I also don't use the drum pads. When I make beats, I specifically look for a MIDI keyboard with semi-weighted keys, and the Oxygen Pro has semi-weighted keys in a 49 key model. That's hard to find, and it's jam-packed, so it's fairly priced. You get your sliders, you get your knobs, you get your drum pads, and it has the loop button which not all MIDI keyboards do. And then the last point I want to share with you is I just want to share how to use the M Audio Oxygen Pro FL Studio template. This is a paid add-on. You don't have to have it because, like I said before, all you have to do is install the free MIDI script, be in preset mode, and then change tempo sync from internal to external, and you can get going free. Right? But if you want a better experience, I just want to quickly share what my M Audio Oxygen Pro FL Studio template can do, okay? So let me quickly load up FL Studio. So here I am in FL Studio. These buttons on the side, the arrows, so I can go to the channel rack or to the mixer. So I want to first talk about the channel rack. We can open up a plugin that's already open. So we're opening it up. Then we can navigate our plugin presets off of the drum pads, and I can select a preset and I can start playing. I can go to another preset. I can turn up and down the volume. Okay, we can close that preset or that plugin. Now I want to go to the mixer for hands-on mixing. So I can hit the bottom arrow, okay, just down here. I'm now in the mixer. I can navigate the mixer inserts. Here on the master, these top two drum pads start opening up the plugins. So you can either open them forward or you can open them in reverse. So as you can see, I have 3 plugins. I have Pro C2, Classic Clipper, and Pro L2. So this button opens up the previous plugin. This one opens up the next plugin. So let's open up, let's say Pro L2 opens up. Let's say I want to open up Pro C2, opens up. Same with the Classic Clipper, opens up. And then again, you can get your hands on mixing like you're seeing right here, okay? These 2 knobs right here, and this one does this one. Now, what I want to say is my Oxygen Pro template, in version 3, I started to release what's called my global links file. And if I move a knob or a slider, you can see up here it's blue. This is my actual FL Studio global link file. This is super valuable. I've spent so much time customizing and tweaking this for the certain plugins I use. And in the help area, you will see that there is a page for my supported VSTs, but you get my actual hands-on experience. Like I said, I've been using FL Studio for years, and you get this file now. But again, you can see I can get hands-on mixing. Here's like the attack knob moving. Here is the gain. I can close that plugin. Let me just move this over so you can see it better. And you can see I can get my hands on mixing. So I just want to close out saying that when it comes to a MIDI keyboard, understand that the more expensive MIDI keyboard doesn't always mean better experience. It's all about, does the MIDI keyboard work good in your music program? And when I was first starting with the Oxygen Pro, it was buggy. I had a really bad experience with their help manual, etc. But I spent my time, I figured it out, and what I explained to you was, again, to fix the transport buttons, you just need the free MIDI script. You also need to make sure that you set tempo sync to external, and then all you have to do is make sure you're in preset mode, and this thing has been rock solid. I have had a really good experience. Like I said, I've been teaching FL Studio for years, so I always want to make sure you guys as students are getting the best experience. It is fairly priced, so if you are looking out there at competitors for a 49 key, so I like a 49 key, I just find it's a sweet spot in terms of price. And when you're making beats, usually like your first melody is like 2 hands, but once you start making your other melodies, a lot of times you're only playing with 1 hand. So yes, you can get a 61, but they're more expensive, they take up more room on your desk. And so I look for a 49 key. The Oxygen Pro gives us semi-weighted keys. They're not the best keys, but they're definitely better than cheap synth keys. And really any MIDI keyboard is really not comparable to like a real piano. So understand that a MIDI keyboard, it is cheap, it is plastic, but for the price, you get a lot with this MIDI keyboard. And then with my template, all that kind of stuff here, you get a really, or at least I get a really good experience. And if you purchase the template, you can get that experience too. All right. So I hope you enjoy my M Audio Oxygen Pro help area. You can always contact me at hi@itsgratuitous.com. That's my email. And the Oxygen Pro template, it can be purchased by, again, just visiting the help area here, and then just visit the product page, and then you can read more about it. These are the models it supports, and then you can just come down here, read more about it. You can also see the change log of what has changed over time. I've been working on this for quite a while because, like I said, I purchased this around 2021. It was buggy. I had to figure it out. And since that time, I have improved the premium MIDI script, the template, and if you're just wanting the free route, that's been rock solid. That's just good to go as is. Okay, so again, Contact me if you have any questions. I hope you enjoy the Oxygen Pro if you do get it. And if you want to join the platform, you can just visit pricing and then just go join platform. And then you can see all of these courses you guys can take. All right. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll talk to you in the other videos of my M Audio Oxygen Pro help area.